Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. I'm down in my BrickLink store. I got to answer one of the most requested questions. I know I've answered it before, but I got to do it in this video so I have a video that I can reference, because when you get the question like 6 times after you just did a video talking about it, but I can't find the video that I did talking about it, it's like I got to make a video that has it in the title. So the title is not Star Wars Mosaic. We already did that. It's not the Circle K. It's what do I store my Lego bricks in, especially in my BrickLink store. So let's talk about that. So in this video, I'm going to tell you everything that I'm using and some things I'm not using that possibly could use one day. So there you go. You just saw it all. All right, so people do ask that a lot because I'm always down here filming videos, doing Pablos. They see the containers. They think, oh, that's neat. And the thing that we have here, these gray ones, and there's another one that's blue. You got different versions, but these are Stack-On brand. Stack-On brand. They have a 60 drawer Stack-On, 18 drawer with the big drawers, and a combination with the small drawers and the big drawers that holds 39. Oh, look at that. I had 3 of them right by each other. That's a coincidence. But so these are the primary ones that we got, and I want to thank Bricks on the Dollar, who is the one that made videos back in the olden days of YouTube. When he had a BrickLink store in his apartment, he was using these, and he recommended them, and he recommended having 1 item per drawer, and that's what I have. And I will say that the what you lose in space utilization is made up for in speed and ease of managing. So every container, for the most part, has just one lot, one group of items in a drawer or a container. And the Stack-Ons is by far the most. So they start at number 1, and so we go around the corner, and then by here we're at 1767, and it goes down to here, and we're at 2706 right there, I think. Then we come over here to 2707. So we're still all Stack-Ons. All just Stack-Ons. We get to this drawer, which is 3408. Then it comes around, so it's all in numerical order. There's 3409. Still all Stack-Ons, all Stack-Ons. Now, some people will group them, like they'll have just all the small drawers together, and then they'll have all the big drawers together. I just got them at different times. And before I get too far, 4,000. I should tell you, they don't make these anymore, so don't look them up. You're going to have to buy them from a reseller, and they're going to be way more than what we paid. The average price was between $13 and $18 that we paid for one. There was a company called Mills Fleet Farm that made these, and you could get them pretty cheap sometimes. Sometimes Kmart had them pretty cheap, sometimes Walmart, but not anymore. So got to drawer 4410, stopped making them, didn't think I was going to expand, and then I decided to expand, and I got these. These are still the same principle, 60 drawers. They're virtually the same size. The drawers are a little smaller, and you do have to cut off the tabs so you can slide them in and out. They got these tabs on it, supposed to keep them from accidentally falling out, but it causes you to pull over the the container trying to open them. So I got these. They don't have as much volume, but they're still suitable. So I'm using those. So TAFCO, T-A-F-C-O. AAMCO. And so I got all these, and they do make these bigger drawers. They're not as big as the big drawers with the Stack-Ons, but definitely have to cut off the tabs to make it easier to open and close. So I got up to there, and I thought, nope, I'm never going to expand. And then I did. These are real cheap. These are, I forgot how much they were. I think they were $20. They might have been less. I might have had a deal. But I'm up to, actually it comes over here. They actually start here at $47.71 and goes that way, and then it comes back around over here to $49.81. Ideally I would want them over there, but I need another table to sit. If I get another one of these from Costco, I can put it here. The other ones over there were too big. They're a different size than these, so I'd have to get that size. But that goes up to 5,123. And I still got more drawers to fill up. So that's the main storage solution. That's 5,123 drawers of about 6,600 different lots in my store. Other things I use is the Pick-a-Brick cups. I really should be taking these back to the store when I want to get, well, the store's not open right now because of Chima. But I end up just keeping the Pick-a-Brick cups and using them as storage. And so then I don't have an empty Pick-a-Brick cup to take back to the store to get a 50-cent off discount. So we got a bunch of stuff. I got a great number of these. Order 66, still my favorite cup. And then we go up to 72. So that's another storage solution. What else do we use? Oh, well, might as well go right here. We have shoebox containers. Shoebox containers, and I got tons of those. They're on the floor because it's not too hard to reach down and get those. So what happens is, another question I get a lot is, how do you deal with if the drawer gets too full? Like, for instance, these 1x3 bricks are getting very close to filling that drawer. It's by keeping one item in a drawer, what will happen is when that drawer gets full and I have more to add, I'll find a bigger container that might have parts that can be moved to a smaller drawer, and then I'll move this to the bigger drawer. So there's a lot of swapping that goes on. Stuff doesn't usually stay in the store unless it's a high quantity item like J8, which is 1x2 black plates. I always seem to have those. That's been in there forever. But it's possible that one day J8 could be somewhere else. The 1x2 plates could be somewhere else. So lots of the shoebox containers. There's more of them over here and here. All right, and then I also used repurposed Lego game boxes. When the original Lego games came out, they weren't too popular, and you could get them dirt cheap from Lego.com, and I was buying them like 20 or 25 at a time. And the boxes are sturdy, so they're suited for turning them inside out and using as containers. So you can see I got quite a bit of them here and there. Oh, there's some more over here. So that's another thing that I use for storage. But that's not all. There's more. I also used the trays. Not the best. Oh, actually, I'm on the back side of it. They're not the best storage solution. I thought this was going to be temporary. It's kind of become permanent. I keep an empty one on top so dust doesn't get on the particles there. I need to do the same thing with these. I thought these were going to be temporary. I started off doing it with lower quantity items, and it just kept growing. So eventually I need to get these. But I don't know. These I used to use for sorting. I don't anymore because it's a pain scooping the parts out. You need something with more rounded edges like these. Those I use for sorting, and I use smaller cups and dishes and things for sorting. We got more. I have these containers. I'm trying to remember where I got this one. I know I got these shelving units like this dirt cheap. I keep the parts in bags to keep the dust off of them. Not the best. I really don't like this either, but it's usually good for bulky items or sets. You can use our poly bags. You can put some poly bags in there. I also have these, but again, you got to use bags to keep the dust off of the parts. I got this for free. Back in the day, Bell South, where I started in telecommunications, they had a rewards program. And since I was always such an excellent tech, I always got the maximum rewards. And initially, the rewards catalog didn't have things I wanted. I think one of the very first thing I got was the original iPod, or it might have been the second generation, iPod Touch. And then I was like, oh, I can use this in my basement. So I got that. And then they started doing Lego. I was like, man, I wish I had not used my points on that. I would have got the Lego. So I got some train sets and stuff back in the day. All right, another storage solution is the Poppy Max containers. Thank you, Poppy Max. They sent these to me to test. These items here are not in my store. These are. And truth be told, I put these in my store. My wife got a few orders that had parts in these, and she's like, I don't like the new drawers. I didn't even ask her. I didn't tell her these were given to me. She just came up to me after picking a few orders, said, I don't like them. And it's not suited for a BrickLink store. And the main reason for me, personally, is it's hard to scoop parts off. out of there, especially small parts. So I tend to put bigger items when I can. And the other thing is, you got all these in one drawer, and so when you're swapping drawers around, it's kind of a pain. Same problem with the trays. So they are efficient, and like you can stack them, and that's great. I think they're better suited for your personal collection, and this is like stuff. These are things I was using when I was building brick model railroader trains, and then other random parts are stored in here. This was my 1x1s. Here are some green. These was when I was doing the bulletin. You know what? I need to put these back in my store. I got these for the Burlington Northern boxcar. That's more train parts, translucent. These are the stuff that glows in the black light. So don't like those for BrickLink Store. Good product is for storage of your own personal collection. But is that everything? No. Oh, I got this container. Sits all by its lonesome. It's kind of like a stack-on. It may be an Acro Mill. I don't know who made that one. And then I have these filing cabinets, which I use to store instructions. So drawer 1 and drawer 2 have instructions. These are actually in a box. Do I have anything in this drawer? No, these are my personal collection. I would want to do the instructions like this, but I have not got to that point. May use these for that. I also have the stickers in these albums. I got this album like that. Keeps them nice and flat. These are the pages that you would use to store pictures or cards. And then, oh, look at this. It's funny, I mentioned Bell South. This is the book I got when I started with Bell South. It's about your employee benefits. Since the company is no longer called Bell South, then these employee benefits are transferred. I don't need them, so I took everything out of the book, threw it away, and now I use this to store stickers as well. You know what this is called? Bell South. Literally, it's one of the things. There's my wife's robe. She must have got hot down here pulling an order. Oh, and I got this little container here. I need it for overflow, and this one I break my rule. I got 3 items in some of these drawers because these had divider shelves. Again, it was an overflow. I didn't intend for it to be too permanent. And for some reason, a lot of parts in here haven't sold much. I think this is when I was trying to get rid of items that there's 1 or 2 in a drawer just to free up some space. So that's kind of an overflow. I put it there. So I think that covers everything. Now, things that I'm not using that I used to are the Sterilite containers. Still could use them. If you go back and watch my original BrickLink video on YouTube from like 7 years ago, I was using things like this, and you would open the drawer and there would be bags full of parts. And I would have to search through the bags and find something. But my BrickLink store would probably fit in about this amount of space. Just a bunch of, oh, there's my teeth. I need to wear those one day. So that's an option. Not using them. I use them for parts and, not parts, but office. It's like office supplies right now. Other things that you can use, like if these drawers got full, and I actually got some of them that are close to full, you could use a different size. What sizes are there? Those are great big ones, and then there's the sizes like those. You could do those. I've seen people do that, but they don't fit as well. These fit better on these shelves. You can put 12. It gets kind of weird with those size containers. I need to find a different storage solution. Got something else. Anyway, that's everything. That's what I use to store. Thanks for watching. Boy, this video ended up being way longer than I expected. Oh well. Now, if anybody ever asks me again, what do I use to store? This is the video. All right, what do you use to store your Lego collection or your BrickLink store items? I've used a lot of different things. I know a lot of people do. I've repurposed things. Anything to save a buck, right? But anyway, thank you for watching things down here in the basement. And I'll see you in the next video.